Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Oscatch World Cup 2020, the semi-final stage. I am JB Hyperion, joined this morning by Quijibo. And I say good morning, but it's absolutely not morning for you. How are you doing?
Not yet. I'm doing all right. It's 59 minutes off of morning time here, 11:01 p.m. And I am absolutely ready for this match. China versus Hong Kong, winners bracket, first of two of this weekend, and the winner will secure themselves a podium position.
Yes, so winner of those two matches, as you mentioned, face each other in a winners bracket final next week. And then whoever wins that match is guaranteed at least top two. Everyone still here right now is guaranteed top six, and Italy-South Korea is going to be going on a little later tomorrow, I believe. But China versus Hong Kong coming up right now is going to be an absolute blast of a match. Both teams have looked really strong so far in the tournament and have had a lot of both strong competition that they've managed to rise to, and also some weaker competition that they've brushed aside with convincing ease. But it'll be interesting to see how they pair up against each other.
Last week as well, Hong Kong with the clean sweep on Canada. So very, very powerful performance out of them. And now the forces collide.
Yeah, China had a pretty strong performance as well, losing only one game to Mexico, who were fourth in last year's tournament. So definitely been tested and proven winners in their own right. But we're in the lobby right now, getting into our first warm-up. So what are you expecting from this match, Quijibo?
Honestly, don't know. China is a very strong team, and we have seen like a lot of times Hong Kong and Hong Kong-based teams in other tournaments tend to go quite far, but they have fallen short quite a fair bit against a lot of Chinese, Korean hybrid teams. We'll just have to see how it will actually happen with the World Cup.
Yeah, Hong Kong coming in this year as a high-seeded team, but they could easily have been a top-seeded team. They have a lot of very under-ranked and kind of hidden players that perform way better in tournaments than you give them credit for. China have obviously been winners 3 times in the past. Hong Kong haven't quite made a podium yet, but maybe this is their year. If they can get past China, that will go a long way towards cementing themselves as a real winning contender.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I suppose I didn't give enough credit where it was due. There are quite a few incredibly powerful members of Hong Kong. AFB, always strong in tournaments. Latifa Sama, a podium player for the Catch Scramble tournament, and Auto LS, a prior winner of CTBI 4. And of course, with the Chinese team, a lot of players who are incredibly well. Dusk with several tournament wins, including CWC and CTBI. And I think maybe AXS as well.
I believe has Nagy and or Crystal won CTBI as well. I'm pretty sure there have been two winners from China.
Yeah, there have been two winners from China. I remember the first winner of CTBI, but I remember Crystal won CTBI 2 and 3, and Dusk won CTBI 5 and 6. If memory serves me correctly.
So yeah, a lot of strong individual performances, but amazing team performances as well. They're a team that give very few opportunities to their opponents, and you really need to be performing perfectly as a team in unison in order to capitalize on any mistakes from them. Hong Kong looking pretty strong in this first warm-up though. Auto LS and AFB both still holding on to double S's with just a couple of misses at about 3/4 mark from Latifa Sam. Obviously warm-ups themselves don't necessarily tell the full story, but certainly an impressive performance by them, just missing right towards the end here.
I feel like this stage of the game, it's just good to help get the nerves out, playing a couple warm-ups. At this point, we are seeing everyone taking warm-ups a lot more seriously, so a lot less memes. At least in the first match, we had 2 serious warm-ups.
Yeah, the rounds where all the warm-ups are memes and friendly banter towards your opponent have slowly started to trickle away.
You do still see it here and there quite a bit in later rounds, but it's a lot more serious generally most of the time. The meme gods.
What a warm-up. I've seen this one
Straight
before.
into the meme.
We spoke too soon.
Schwarzenegger. He is.
I believe this is yeah, this is Hong Kong's warm-up, mapped by Latifa Sama, one of the Hong Kong players, as you can see now.
Terminator himself.
Well, they're saying they need to re-download because some additions have been made. Curious to see what they are.
Man who killed the Predator. Guy who was, I think, a babysitter in one movie. Of course, the bodybuilding legend himself.
£29. jumping when you're upside down.
It's just
Hey Car,
arms and chest day always, no leg day.
You have inspired me a lot, and you have.
Ah, interesting. Not quite sure what the end was there, but that's done. Thank you, players, for using no fail. I'm not quite sure how Latifah-sama survived that ending, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, actually, wow. I mean, considering it's his own map, he might have just put a little pattern in there and not told anyone how to hit it, so he just looks like
not even his own team.
God. Yeah.
Trust no one, not even your friends.
He's I guess a Trojan horse.
But anyway, now that that workout has tested us, the players, the client, and hopefully everyone in chat, we're going to be getting into our roles, picks, and bans right away. Just waiting to reload the client a little bit. Lots of predictions coming out. Great to see. Hopefully some of you get it close, or maybe even right on. Maybe we'll get another tie. We've already seen a few of them. Not to be this time, though.
When you consider RNG, I find it very surprising that we've had like at least 2 ties. Like, like it's a rarity to even have 1 tie, let alone 2. So it's very surprising.
Yeah, no tie this time though. Just going to be rolling a 34, and AFB only managing a 12 for Team Hong Kong. So Hong Kong going to ban first, and they're going to take rid of Brynhilda in the Darkness, Hard Rock 3, the shortest pick in the pool, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm feeling Hard Rock, a smart choice. I mean, obviously China incredibly strong on Hard Rock. China basically having a very generalist roster, so anything they can really do. Although I would say Hong Kong might have a decent chance on Hidden.
Yeah, it's interesting that Hong Kong didn't ban double time. They must be feeling fairly confident on it, given how China basically always first and maybe even second pick double time, and they do really well on it. But China going to ban Nomad 6, the Shinra Bansho map from the converted section of the Nomad pool. And of course, Dusk going to be picking double time, just as we suspected. WTF is going to be the first pick in this match.
This is your map.
It is. I don't think I've ever had a map in a semi-finals or later pool in a World Cup before, so this is a bit of a novelty for me.
Yeah. I remember.
I usually get maps picked in like the hidden pool that then get immediately banned because they're low AR and have strong dashes.
Yeah.
But anyway, circle size of 3.2, so quite large. Approach rate of 8.5 with double time is going to round up to a nice even 10, and BPM is going to hit just below 200 with double time added.
Just have like an AI.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just gonna say, just make like the map and then make an AR 8.5 copy or an AR 8 copy and then an AR 10 copy. Best of both worlds. Starting in 19 seconds.
Interesting number, but we'll go for it.
That's very interesting.
Okay, so just one hidden option this time around. AFB, very kind of proficient hidden player, so no surprise there. Everyone else just opting to go for straight double time. Going to be seeing Kalyanet, Crystal, and Dusk on the side of Team China. AFB, Latifah-sama, and Auto LS on the side of Team Hong Kong for game number 1 underway. Looking like everyone's going to navigate to 200 combo without too much difficulty. Lots of tricky 1/4 dashes here. They're going to catch people out at this higher BPM, but so far so good.
All quite strong in double time.
Maybe this is why Hong Kong decided not to ban double time, even though they knew China would first pick it. If they're feeling confident that they can contend, then there's no need for them to ban, and maybe they can even snatch a breakpoint.
Yeah.
Coming up to halfway now and looking really good. Full SSs all across the board from both teams. It's going to be a case of who blinks first. Kalionet and AFB both miss at the exact same time. Both missing the exact same amount of objects as well. Hong Kong have a very slight advantage. Maybe Kalionet missed like one combo earlier.
It does look the same though.
Score difference is just updating slightly faster for Hong Kong maybe.
Oh, Latifa drops though.
Yeah, AFB did a little accuracy drop, but that combo break from Latifa and another miss from AFB are going to give China the advantage with about 1/4 of the map to go. Kalionet going to miss again is going to give a little bit of advantage back to Hong Kong, but Latifa dropping again is probably going to sway this one in China's favour.
It's still 2 FCs to 1 for China though, so in any case, like, it's not too big of an issue if China does take this first point. You know, you're not always going to pull a break point straight off the bat.
Kalionet and Latifa both trading a miss towards the end there. Great performance by Auto LS for Team Hong Kong, but unfortunately not able to quite keep up Auto, Fanboy and Latifa. Dusk and Crystal are both going to secure the FC though. Dusk with the double S, Crystal with the single droplet miss. So that's going to be an opening point on their pick for Team China, and Hong Kong to pick next. So victory for China, maybe not quite the crushing win that they've expected in some of their previous picks, just 130,000 for that one. So I think they'll probably end up picking double time next anyway. They won't have any second thoughts about that. But Hong Kong have told them that it's not going to be a free win. Interesting to see what they select as their first pick.
Thinking we might see a hidden pick from Hong Kong here. I predict a hidden pick. They pick no mod, but you know, maybe this time I'll be right.
Yeah, which is interesting to see if we see off-brand hidden one in this match. It was banned in the Taiwan versus Mexico game pretty rapidly. People not wanting to deal with the low approach rate, high circle size hidden. But both these teams are both very proficient at hidden, so I think we may still see it.
It's got me with that, and then I reread the title. It's literally off-brand hidden.
Yes. They're going to be going for Shattered Time, though, no mod 4 by the looks of things. So they're going to be going for the smaller circle size and approach rate, but not with hidden added. This is going to feature lots of unconventional patterns, timing, and some very strong anti-flow and weird sliders as well.
I mean, in a way I kind of predicted this would happen by saying, you know, I'm going to call out hidden and then they will probably just go no mod because I said they'd pick hidden. I was like 35% right, maybe.
We take those, we take those. So as you can see, circle size of 5 and an approach rate of 8.8, just a little bit below what is commonly used, but certainly a lot below what is seen in most of the rest of this map pool, with very high approach rate throughout. Very similar in length, just over 2 minutes to our previous pick. So getting into game number 2, Hong Kong looking to secure a point on their first pick, China looking for a break point for an early advantage.
And I think for the record, I believe this is the first time we will see Nagi actually step in and play a pick for this entire World Cup so far.
Is that really true?
Obviously,
It's very,
warm-up
very
is
surprising to
excluded,
have not seen a player of Nagi's caliber.
but I have not seen Nagi yet. Maybe it was just like, you know, because they had, like, because they've obviously got a strong roster, you know. They don't always need to have every player on, I guess.
It's going to be an early miss from
Ooh,
AFB just after hitting 200 combo.
Unfortunate.
Ooh, that is interesting though. A
Crystal,
single
Nagi,
miss from
and
Latifa, yeah, but the double miss from Crystal and Nagi. AFB is approaching 200 combo again, so that is going to give the lead slightly back in favor of Team Hong Kong in just a second, I believe.
Yeah, it is narrowing out quite quickly, and with low density, it'll help it catch up fairly reasonably.
Everyone back up at 200 combo now, and the score difference is pretty much 0, flickering back and forth between the two teams.
It's definitely not surprising to see, you know, misses here and there. It is quite easy to botch the flow of a map like this. As Nagi has dropped again, so Hong Kong able to take the lead quite comfortably towards the end.
Yeah, if
Just
there's
need
no
to-
further misses here, they might secure this one because there's not enough time for China to come back.
Ending not very intense from the looks of things, so I'd say this is all Hong Kong's point, even if they do miss, and yeah, there we go.
Yeah, one miss at the very end there, traded between Nagi and Latifasama, but that's not going to make a difference. Hong Kong taking the victory there. FCs from both Dusk and Auto LS. One misses from AFB and Crystal. But interestingly, the 6 miss from Latifa outperforming the 5 miss from Nagi. Nagi's misses were just really spaced, unfortunately, and he was not able to hold that much of a combo. So it's going to be a victory for Team Hong Kong by about 50,000 points. So 1-all.
Very unfortunate to have a combo cutter play.
And Latifa already preempting, saying, are you going to pick DT next? I think we probably will see DT2 coming out of Team China here, but we'll wait a little bit to see if that is the case.
And
Yep,
there we
no
go,
games.
DT2.
No games. China know that double time is their forte, so they're just going to stick with it, get some easy points, and see where they can go from there. It's going to be interesting to see how they adapt here, because this will be, I believe, approach rate 10.3, and they've just come from approach rate 8.8, so this is a huge change.
It looks like we'll see Chung Bi for the first time in this matchup. Nakami.
Yeah, Kalienet coming back in for Team China in place of Nagi, and Chung Bi replacing Auto Fanboy on the side of Hong Kong. Crystal asking where Kitakami is, and Dusk saying he's not online, so maybe they're going to try and get him swapped in to do this one as well.
First World Cup for Kitakami, but he's been performing very well.
Yeah, it's very interesting for Team China. They've had the same kind of 6 or 7 players for about 5 years now, and finally we do see a little bit of new blood with Kitakami coming in place of, I think, no Sakuranu Kurimu this year.
Sakurano Kurimu as not on the roster this year. Although we saw him on the roster last year, I don't really know if he actually played all that much, or if he... Like, I don't actually remember seeing him at all last year during CWC.
Well, if someone's drifting away from the game a little bit, it's a good opportunity to get some new in. Auto LS with a little bit of an early miss at about 120 combo. Everyone else still holding on to that FC, although Chungbi's had a little bit of an accuracy drop, down at 99.5 accuracy. still holding full combo, but he's the only person on Team Hong Kong still doing so now, as that miss from Latifa is going to give Hong Kong a fairly comfortable advantage.
I was thinking someone from China missed as well, but I think it was just the catcher kind of deceiving me a bit as it picked up the dash note.
Coming up to halfway, and China is still holding on to that triple double S. The flow on this difficulty is not hugely difficult, but it is quite long. The approach rate is very high, and it just really is a very good test of stamina. Yeah, there's going to be another miss for Chengbi. It's going to give China more of an advantage. 1/3 of the map still to play. Double miss again from Team Hong Kong. Auto LS still holding on to a pretty good combo, but not much else going in Hong Kong's favor right now.
Chengbi maybe just a bit nervous.
Three 1,000 combos on the side of Team China as we're coming into the closing stages now. Crystal will find a drop. Kalionet finds a little accuracy drop, but Dusk still holding on to that double S. Ever impressive.
The double S and the one droplet miss right there as we go into the finish, and Kalionet does drop, but at this point, like, very solid lead. I mean, you've got 100k of score difference. I don't think a drop that late would do anything. Ever.
Yeah, 121k in the end. Pretty insane double S from Dusk. If it was anyone else, we'd be losing our minds right now, but we almost kind of expect it from a player of his caliber. Good performance from Team Hong Kong. 2 4 misses and a single 1 miss from Auto LS, but China definitely the double time team of these two. But there is only obviously one double time pick left, the Convert DT3, so China have got to find something else to win on in the near future to close this one out. Hong Kong, only one game down. It's their pick next. They shouldn't be too upset, as you said before.
Of course. Still, like, early game, only 2-1. Plenty of stuff on the board. They can go anywhere, really.
It must be very difficult for Hong Kong to really strategize a kind of safe pick, because China are just so strong at everything. They really have to just pick whatever they feel they have the best chance of getting a good score on, hope that they're either better than China or China just aren't playing quite as consistently as they sometimes do.
Yeah, that is the thing. When you are versing like a very strong opponent, no matter who it is, I think it's always better to just focus on what you're good at or what you need to improve at. Like, focusing on what you're after is, like, absolutely crucial.
Yeah, they're going to stick with Nomod in this one, going for Nomod 3. Ai Ochikahashi Hime Kazari.
It's the vocals, Megboy Gumi.
So this is a lot more conventional as far as the previous picks that we've seen. Approach rate of 9.7, circle size of 4.3. It is a lot longer at over 4 minutes in length, so it's going to be a very good test of consistency, which China have looked very strong on thus far. But if Hong Kong feel confident and they practice this one, then sure, this is a great pick for them. Will Dusk see a 4th FC in a row? He's looked very strong so far this match already.
And if he's going to see a 4th FC in a row, this is definitely a good map to do it on. This is my safe pick of the pool right here. The safest of the pool, I think.
Yeah, Spectator obviously a very famous and accomplished mapper that players from both the modern and past eras are very comfortable with and very familiar with. So this is definitely a map that a lot of people will have played either something very similar to this from one of Spec's previous mapping styles. So should be very comfortable, as you said.
And yeah, if they haven't played this one, they might have played the ranked Convert Handsome map set. This song has like 2 pretty nice map sets from both Standard and Catch the Beat, respectively. And it is a really nice song as well, so I'd imagine it would definitely have a lot of popularity. Although I don't ever remember if it was the top 5. But no one missing in the early going here at the moment.
Yeah, everyone reaching that 200 combo mark without difficulty. We see a little bit of the anti-flowing 1/4 kick sliders appearing. There's going to be plenty more of those later on. But this is definitely a marathon, not a sprint, so it'll be just interesting to see how long each of our players can hold on for and who's going to be the first one to break.
With a lot of practice, and I don't imagine anyone would be slouching on practice this late in the game. Like, this map might even just come down to spin. So it might come down to like a droplet or two of accuracy. I mean, at the same time, it might not, because, you know, 4 minutes, you can't always be consistently assessing all the time. So we'll just see.
Yeah, we see a little bit of accuracy drop all across the board from Team Hong Kong, but no combo breaks yet. China, interestingly, still holding on to that triple double S.
Yeah, so I will take the advantage here. Worrying at the moment, but as we get later, and Nagi's gonna drop his combo. Good for Hong Kong right now.
Yeah, first combo dropper just before 700 combo, not even halfway through the map just yet, so that alone, as long as Nagi can stay calm, will not necessarily decide the map. Hong Kong all looking very nicely, no kind of untoward issues after those early droplet misses. Everyone else still holding on to that full combo. Nagi had, I think, a couple of drops there. Latifasama is going to find a drop now.
Yeah, that was an actual drop. I thought it was client lag for a second there, but you know, obviously the combo reset being like a permanent thing here, you know, it clearly wasn't just client lag.
It'll be interesting to see if Hong Kong still hold an advantage after this, because I think Nagi did have like 1 or 2 drops more than Latifasama all in that same spot. So when Latifa gets back up to 200 combo now, we do still see a very slight advantage for Team Hong Kong, despite the accuracy advantage in favor of China on 2 of the 3 players. But Latifa's going to find another drop now, though.
Instantly went back to China after that, so Hong Kong at the moment might need Crystal or Dusk to drop their combo.
Yeah, Latifasama still has the accuracy advantage over Nagi, so another miss here from any of Team China is going to probably give Hong Kong the advantage. We've only got about a quarter of the map still to go. Little break popping up now, so the players will see their scores. They'll know how close it is, but Latifasama will know that it is their miss that has currently decided the map so far. Can China hold on?
I do kind of wonder if anyone has like a skin modification to remove the scores or to remove the leaderboard from appearing like in break times.
It's going to be another miss from Latifasama though, so we're going to need multiple misses now out of Team China to allow Hong Kong back into this one. They don't look forthcoming though. Aside from that early kind of break from Nagi, they look very strong. Crystal and Dusk both still holding double S.
Pretty irregular looking misses for Latifa. Maybe just having, maybe a slight bit of lag or something.
Well, that is the disadvantage of taking a longer pick, that you expose yourself to the greater risk of slipping up or encountering an issue. And although we see 2 FCs on both teams, we do unfortunately see many more misses from Latifasama. Nagi recovered really nicely after those 4 misses all in one spot. So that's going to be a break point, taking China to a 3-1 lead.
I actually do wonder how many people use that. Like a skin modification that would remove the sort of leader scoreboards during break periods, because the last thing you want to see in the middle of a match is like whether you're winning or losing and how close things are. Altering your mindset during a play can be like really troubling sometimes.
It can be quite nice to see, like, oh my god, we're winning, but if you're losing and you know it's close, then yeah, it can be extra added pressure.
Just try my best to just like keep my eyes on the center of the screen so I don't see either scores whenever I'm doing tournament plays.
So China going to be going for
my
double
team score,
time
and that's
3, so double time 3 times in a row. Towa Namaigo is going to be coming up third, so there's going to be no more double time left after this, but China may well have built an unassailable lead already by the time this pick is concluded. So this is approach rate of 9.8, circle size of 4.2, and of course this is a converted OS difficulty. Lots of micro movement, which we haven't maybe seen in either of our previous double time picks. Early miss from Latifa, but we're going to see a triple break from Auto, Kalionet, and Dusk. So it's just Auto Fanboy. Auto LS and Crystal both holding on to full combos, but Crystal misses as I says that. Auto LS now the only full combo left in the match, and it's going to be an advantage for Hong Kong as China have no combos remaining. Kalionet and Dusk just now getting back up to 200 combo.
Yeah. AFB gonna miss again.
Yeah, multiple misses there from AFB. That might swing the advantage way back, but Kalionet's going to trade one of those misses, so that advantage is really not going to swing necessarily into China's favor. Latifa Sama's going to drop now as well, though. Several misses, but Dusk misses on the wide stack. That is just going to keep the advantage in Hong Kong's favor, and they can see with about 20 seconds still to go, the score difference is oh so close, only about 5,000 points.
Very
Crystal's
close
going to drop.
drops.
This could be a break point right back for Team Hong Kong.
Stealing the last double time point out from underneath China, but something happened to Latifa there.
He did not
Doesn't matter though.
At the end, but that is going to be a break point that, as you said, does not matter. The double S coming out of Auto LS, and finally on game number 5 we see a miss from Dusk. He is human, and Hong Kong take a break point on double time. This is huge for Hong Kong. They've weathered the storm of double time, and if they can win their next pick, they're on even trading. China are not beaten by any stretch. They're still very strong on pretty much every remaining mod, but their most comfortable picks of all of the double times have been taken.
Now all they have is Hard Rock, Hidden, and no mod. Hong Kong has no mod, Hidden, and Hard Rock as well, honestly. Like, got Alien, Flybot, Auto Fanboy. They have Auto LS, who plays Hard Rock out of his mind, and Latifa Sama is also very good at Hard Rock as well, so like, while they did ban Hard Rock, they're by no stretch of imagination bad at it.
Yeah, they banned the Convert, which is key here, but they're going to go for Hidden 3, they're going to go for the Hidden Convert. You raised a good point about Latifa, is that he's a very good player on all mods. I do wonder if maybe he's letting a little bit of the nerves get to him, or the difficulty of the map pool is kind of a little more than he's used to compared to AFB and Auto LS. Hopefully that's not the case, but he does seem to be the ever so slightly weaker link for Hong Kong right now, and hopefully China, for them at least, they can exploit that.
Honestly, I think it's just tournament nerves. Sometimes there are just certain maps that, for whatever reason, you don't gel with either. So, like, if you get a couple of maps in a map pool that you don't gel with, sometimes it'll throw off your mindset for a few of the other maps as well. So you'll have, like, 2 maps that you don't like, but then that might carry over into 1 or 2 of the ones that you're fine on.
So yeah, going to be getting underway for game number 6. Hong Kong looking to capitalize on that last break point, tie things up at 3-all. I mean, this is only at kind of 3-2, but we already are seeing China being tested way more than they've been tested in almost any of their previous matches this tournament. And that's great news for Hong Kong.
Yeah. Imagine South Korea and Italy will both be watching this very closely, as the winner of this match will face them, whoever wins South Korea and Italy tomorrow night.
Yeah, we've seen early miss from Nagy and then a slightly later miss from AutoLS. Nagy missing again just as China were about to take the advantage though. Double miss traded coming out from Crystal and Auto. So it's now Auto Fanboy and Latifa, 2 full combos on the side of Hong Kong. And just that man, that carry, Dusk once again holding on to double S. Latifa and Nagy gonna trade a miss. So again, it's just Dusk versus Auto Fanboy right now. Combo advantage is pretty much equal, but Latifa going to drop there, though, is going to allow China back into this one.
Though.
AFB missing as well, though. Not good news for Hong Kong. And I think AutoLS missed right before the break as well. That is really unfortunate for Hong Kong. China know they have an advantage to close this one out.
To say AFB, I didn't actually see AutoLS miss there, but...
We'll have to wait and see when it comes back.
Yeah, you were right.
He missed right after the break as well. That is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
We've got about 1/3 of the map still to go, and China are building a very helpful lead right now. Latifa Sam are going to miss again, so there's almost no combos on the side of Hong Kong. China with all 3 of their players over 200. Dusk still holding on to that FC. He's lost the double S, but that's not going to matter too much. We're going to need to see multiple misses here from China to allow Hong Kong back into this one. Dusk does finally drop, but on its own, I don't think that's going to be enough. Hong Kong have built their combo back up nicely, but unfortunately that is too little too late. AFB going to drop once again.
Be dropping pretty hard there. Nagy dropping with auto too. Just Latifa with the combo above 200 right now, but I think it is definitely way too late. I mean, kind of stating the obvious as they're on the end spinner, but, you know.
Yeah, about 120,000 points, the score difference at the end of that one. The 1 miss coming out of Dusk, so no full combos this time around, but a rather handy point for China, and crucially, another break point. So Hong Kong had the chance to tie up the score, but sadly could not capitalize on it. China going to be picking again. They have a 4-2 lead. So here's what's left to them. 3 no-mods, 2 hiddens, 2 hard rocks. Double time completely depleted. China's picks have come rapidly thus far. They've just said double time, and more double time, but maybe now they need to do a little bit of thinking, a little bit of soul searching to work out what their next best option is.
I mean, getting into the mid game, I think they're still chilling though. Got plenty to pick from. And with 1 successful point on hidden, they could always just go back to that.
They're going to be going old school though. Hidden 2, Talent Shredder. Very famous map. 2012 difficulty. So you'll see online that this was uploaded in 2017, I believe, but the original version of this was made in 2012. Maybe even before the game mode of Ask Catch was even rankable, so it really shows its age. AR9 Hidden seems kind of fairly accessible to most players, but this is not your standard AR9 map. In fact, this is really not your standard map by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot of momentum changes, going from standing still to strong hyperdashes, lots of wiggling and some unexpected distancing as well. Going to be getting underway though, game number 7.
We will see Sakanas for the first time this match.
Yeah, Sakanaz replacing Latifa Sama on the side of Hong Kong. And we also see Kalyanet coming back in place of Crystal on Team China.
doing for the most old school they can go with China's roster then.
Old school roster for an old school map. Sakanaz sees a fairly early miss at about 70 combo. Everyone else hitting 200 combo without too much difficulty. It's amazing to see how, compared to the other maps we've seen so far in the pool, even though this is AR9, this feels so much slower than that. Sakanaz going to find another miss on the anti-flowing wiggle there. Really unfortunate because he just hit 200 combo as well. Five full combos remain, but Sakanaz unfortunately is not in that crew. Really having a little bit of a difficult time, below 98% accuracy right here.
And looking like they're a bit stronger on that spinner, but spinner not really mattering so much at the moment.
Yeah, if they were all still FCing, then spinner would be crucially important, but unfortunately Sakanaz is yeah, I was just about to say, Sakanaz's early misses have given China a huge lead, but Kalionet's miss there is going to make things a little closer because Sakanaz is about to hit 200 combo now. They are going to need to see another miss or two though.
Auto's going to miss though.
Yeah, that is not the miss they were looking for.
As it was coming back in, are going to slip up a bit further. AFB in his element though.
Yeah, but another miss from Sakanaz on those little stair wiggle patterns is really not good news for them. As you said, Hong Kong and AFB in particular playing really well as Auto LS gets back up to 200 combo as well. But China's consistency is something else. A little bit of a lag, potentially. Hopefully we can sync up all the players once again.
There we go.
Nagi going to see a drop though. There is still hope for Hong Kong here. There's about 1/3 of the map still to go, but that is a double miss. Sakanaz and Auto both dropping on Team Hong Kong. Really not good for them. Every time China give a weakness, give an opening, Hong Kong are just not able to capitalize.
It's very, very unfortunate at the moment, but some players, so like, this is very sensible pick for them. A higher chance of a lot more veteran players having seen a lot more maps that might not be like that well known, like especially if maps get deleted and only have it kind of in their own archives.
Kalionet gonna underdash one of those vertical sliders, breaking combo, but the score difference is pretty huge right now. And we're coming towards the end, so I don't think there's enough time for China to allow Hong Kong back into this one. Sakanaz going to drop once again, but AFB still holding on to that double S. This is just as I said that. Perfect cursing.
Hit, very strong.
It is going to be another FC from Dusk though. Sakanaz dropping out immediately makes the score difference look a little bigger than it actually was. But that is going to be another victory for Team China. They move to 5-2.
Honestly, I feel a bit like the name of the song is kind of false advertising, you know, talent shredder. I don't really think the talent really got all that shredded.
I mean, yeah, everyone performed pretty solidly on that one. Sakanaz just, unfortunately, didn't quite keep up with everybody else. Hong Kong to pick next, though.
They're the real talent shredder. Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't think Hong Kong will be going back to Hidden after those previous two picks, though, which means they're probably going to have to go back to No Mod unless they feel really confident on one or more of the hard rocks. No Mod 5 is going to be their selection. China did ban No Mod 6, the other specific No Mod, converted No Mod. So potentially a sensible pick from Team Hong Kong if they're feeling comfortable with this one.
Seen we've seen leaning towards convert sometimes backfire when being picked against certain teams, though. Have to wait and see how this one goes, but I'd say the real shredder of this game would have been the warm-up routine from Arnold. I'd say that one was the real shredder.
So Hong Kong looking for a third point. China looking to take themselves to match point. If they can secure a break point here, that will be match point on their own pit, which is a very enviable position to be in.
We just cracked 700 viewers on the Twitch, so thank you
Good
all
stuff.
for coming to watch this
Yeah.
cup match.
Hope you're all having a great day and
We can
enjoying
have you
this
all.
match. Game number 8 then. I
Yes,
love
the
you.
eyes when you see a fridge full of food. Actually, also what I look like when I go food shopping.
Like, oh, there's so much food, it's delicious.
Yeah, especially when I hit the meat aisle, the produce, the beef, the poultry, the pork.
Well, there's a few players so far not been hitting the fruit aisle. Dusk, Crystal, Latifa all with misses at the same time there. AFB with a very early miss. But Hong Kong do have the advantage coming to the 1/4 mark. Crystal and Dusk and Latifa now getting back up to 200 combo. Score difference is about 15,000 in favor of Team Hong Kong right now. This one is only 2.5 minutes in length, so if Hong Kong can keep this combo up, they may have a chance to secure another point here.
Quite a few erratic patterns in here though, as it is, you know, that electro convert. Converts tend to have a reputation for quite a lot of awkward and erratic jumps and patterns. As
Yeah,
we
especially
can
as the difficulty in the BPM gets higher and higher. Everyone at 500 combo now, halfway through. Hong Kong's advantage is very slender. One miss on its own on Team Hong Kong will give China the advantage, so they have to hold on as long as they possibly can. That is going to be a double miss for Team Hong Kong though. Nagy did miss a slightly earlier, but that double miss for Team Hong Kong I think is going to throw it back into China's favor.
It's now been swapped, and a lot of misses on Hong Kong's side, just as China had finally seen a drop.
Yeah, AFB and Nagy mistraded, which was okay, but AutoLS drops twice. Latifa drops once as well. That is really not good news for Team Hong Kong with only about 10 seconds left to go in the map. Latifa going to drop again. No such issues from Crystal and Dusk as AFB drops combo as well. This is going to look very convincing in the end, but Hong Kong were in with a shot of victory for most of that pick. Very unfortunate, but it's going to be another break point for Team China, and they're at match point 6-2.
A very strong showing from China at the moment.
Yeah, the twin performance of Dusk and Crystal's looked really strong so far today.
Yeah. Their pick, I think they might go hard rock. You can, you know, play everything.
I mean, if China want to play safe, then there is still one hidden available, which they've won twice on.
Yeah. Both hard rocks, fairly safe picks if you are Hard Rock player by trade.
A lot of
Both
good
quite
Hard Rock
safe
players on
to
both
Hard Rock.
teams, though, so it's going to be difficult for either one to get a convincing, easy point from Hard Rock picks.
Because maybe like VS Power might even be the safe pick instead of Io Chikaishi.
Yeah, BS Power is mostly kind of fairly doable as far as Hard Rock picks are concerned, aside from I think there's one very tricky 1/4 or 1/8 stream that gets deformed and turns into like an anti-flowing 1/8 hyper or something really weird. If anyone can hit that, then they go a long way towards securing a victory for their team. They are going to go with
Yeah.
Hidden One, though.
Not Kellogg's, but the off-brand.
Yeah, we do get to see Off-Brand picked for the first time.
With Sultanas.
Surprising, I was expecting Crowley to be right here in the chat, like, oh my god, they picked my map. He's usually hanging around, gets very excited whenever his stuff shows up, but he's not making an appearance thus far. Maybe he's asleep, maybe he's missing out on this one. And yes, this is the last map in the map pool that had not been picked before this time, so we're only at match number 2 of 8 this weekend, and we're already seeing every single pick selected, so that's great to see.
Pretty rings, not Fruit Loops. So many cereal jokes for off-brand. Off-brand cereals are pretty good though. Choco pillows and that's quite nice.
You're making me hungry again now. I had the early breakfast to do the recap from previous week, but feeling very hungry now. Cereal is a big favorite of mine. We're going to be getting underway with game number 9. We see an early miss from Crystal and a slightly later one from Auto LS as well. Gives China a very early advantage. Dusk is going to find a drop though. AFB going to miss as well, trading it right back.
Oh, this is mean looking map right here.
Yeah, now Nagi dropping, so the lead is just changing back and forth as a different player misses each time. Nagi actually finding a second drop there. AFB doesn't have 200 combo, but there are 200 combos from the other 2 players on Hong Kong, so they are in a pretty good position to capitalize on this early advantage. Nagi going to drop again, that's traded with Auto LS though.
Sakana's missed at some point, but I don't think I saw a miss come from him.
It
so
might have been like
the
very,
first one
very
off the
early
combo.
on. That is a lot
there's
of misses though. A triple miss from Team Hong Kong, double miss from China. Nagi's still holding on to that combo, but he wasn't on a great combo himself. So that's bad news for Hong Kong, as Auto LS is going to miss again, but China aren't in the best position to capitalize. Nagi going to trade miss as well. This is so close. Sakana's going to miss. China will take the advantage now as Crystal gets up to 200 combo.
Again. Sakana's dropping a lot. $30k lead, and now AFB is going to drop as well, and here's where things are going to be really good for China.
Yeah, another triple miss from Team Hong Kong towards the end.
Over.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. It looked like Hong Kong definitely had a chance with that one for most of the match, but towards the end they just started to fall apart and China really picked up their consistency. So that is going to be a victory for China. They remain in the winners bracket. They go to the winners bracket final against either South Korea or Italy next week. Hong Kong drop down to the losers bracket. They're not going home just yet. They take 2 points off of Team China. Great match, well played from all players, but it's going to be China taking the victory in this one.
China, very strong performance with the 7-2, but Hong Kong is still in it. They still have a chance. Who their opponent is, they might have their work cut out having to face Hong Kong next.
Yeah, so even though Hong Kong only took 2 points, they were very close in multiple other games. So anyone who ends up encountering Hong Kong in the losers bracket is not going to have an easy time. And who knows, Hong Kong might end up coming all the way through the losers bracket for another chance at one of our remaining teams in the winners bracket, either China, Italy, or South Korea. So you can see the bracket right here. Hong Kong have got a little bit of a while to work out who they're going to be playing in the losers bracket semi-finals, either Indonesia, Germany, the USA, or France. All very tantalizing matchups.
Yes, sir. I don't know.
That is going to conclude our stream for the time being. Indonesia versus Germany from the losers bracket is going to be coming up next in a little under an hour. So I think we're going to stop for now. 55 minutes is a little long to keep everything running with just the tunes playing. So we'll get a confirmation on that, I think, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go off. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hope you enjoyed our matches today, and there's obviously plenty more coming up. So do stay tuned to the OS Live Twitch channel and follow us on Twitter as well to get notified of when we go live. If you haven't bought a beautiful banner yet to support your team of choice, please do head over to the OS store and pick one up for only $2.50. It supports the teams, World Cups, and OS tournaments in general, making the game even more awesome than it already is.
I have an Indonesia one, and it looks quite stellar.
So yeah, do you want to give us some concluding thoughts on that match and what's going to come up next, Quijibo?
I mean, we pretty much saw everything we needed to with that match, I think. In this upcoming match, I'm not too sure. I don't think I've ever seen Indonesia... actually, it's been 2 years since I've seen Indonesia and Germany face off, and rosters were quite different back then. A lot of veteran players no longer playing from both sides, so it'll be interesting to see how they square up against each other this time around.
Yeah, following that,
obviously,
we've got the US
Indonesia...
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, obviously, Indonesia coming out on top in the 2018 matchup, but who knows? Who knows what will happen.
I was going to follow that up by saying that after that, we've got the US versus France, which is going to be another rematch from losers bracket last year, I believe, where France came out on top. And then Chile-Canada, which was a rematch from the group stage, where Canada took a little bit of a surprising victory over the 3-time podium placers Chile. So all lots of great matches to look forward to. But we're going to be going offline for just under an hour, and we will see you all back here for the Indonesia-Germany match in the losers bracket in 1 hour. So do go get yourself something to eat, to drink. Enjoy the sun if it's still daylight where you are. I think you'll be enjoying some bed, Kujibo.
Yeah, definitely.
But yes, so thank you very much from myself, JB Hyperion, and also from Kujibo. We'll see you all back here for more semi-final action in the Catch World Cup very, very soon. Have a good one.
Just soon.